At BMU, a student who's ready for placement is kind of helped for each stage of the recruitment process. So if you have an aptitude test, you'll be prepared for that. We'll have multiple rounds of GD conducted for you to be prepared for that GD. So we have seen drastic amount of, number of selections after the GD from BML Munjal University.
BME, we are having very good industry connect. We are very good in industry engagement activities where we have the liberty to take the advice of the recruiter itself, how we can revamp the curriculum.
As sir mentioned about knowledge and skill, the third element remains, which is attitude. 90% of the attitude cannot be changed, but BMU surely focuses on that 10% which helps students get that particular opportunity. So we have courses like Personal Journey on Excellence where we are taught how we can do better in terms of our attitude, what we can do more. We have a to-do list prepared at the end of the day, which the behaviors that we can inculcate to get maximum out of an opportunity. So that is the bundle, knowledge, skill and attitude that BMU teaches us at the end.
Today we are at BML Munjal University. We are here for a roundtable discussion with two of the students who are recently placed, and we have Aazam sir from the placement team. We'll be covering a lot of questions regarding their careers, their trajectories, what BMU does to place students, and what are the strategies which helps them stay relevant in this industry. We'll also talk about the Hero Association a little, so that you guys get a good flavor of what to expect when you come here, about the learning experience and the placement experience. So we'll start with introducing our panel one by one. We'll start with Aazam sir. Sir, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, good afternoon to all of you. So my name is Siddiq Aazam and I am associated with BML Munjal University from class close to 4 years now. I am working here as an assistant director in career guidance department. Considering my previous career, I started way back in 2000 with the healthcare industry. So I have worked with the organizations like GlaxoSmithKline, Pfizer, and then Baxi in the sales function. And my academic journey started in 2007 with a university in the placement department. So things have been quite exciting for me in this job, and I really enjoy this job, especially considering the fact that apart from the placement and corporate outreach, one of the major components is the student engagement, which I really love the most.
That's what we are kind of doing right now as well.
Yeah.
Right. So Muskan, why don't we start with you?
So my name is Muskan. I am an MBA student at BML Munjal University. I am majoring in finance. I did my summer internship from Nippon Life India Asset Management Company in their core asset management operations department, wherein I peeled back the layers of the mutual fund industry to deep dive into what that industry actually tells to investors. Beyond academia, I serve as the president of the placement committee. I handle a team of 27 members. And as the president of the placement committee, I have led multiple events like Leadership Summit and the Will Conference, wherein I hosted the Rocket Woman of ISRO. So that's about me.
Perfect. So we'll unpack the Bain experience from you in a while. Meanwhile, we'll start with Chetan. He had been patiently waiting and nodding for us all this while. So Chetan, why don't you start introducing yourself?
So my name is Chetan and I come from Jaipur. I completed my bachelor's in science back in 2020. Then I got the opportunity to work with Bank of America. For 18 months, I continued over there. Then I volunteered my hours in Foster Global Education Shiksha Samiti for a global cause of providing free education to all. Then I decided to go for an MBA. I am currently pursuing my majors in marketing. I'm the vice captain of volleyball team, and I'm an active sports person, and I like to live.
So so both of you are from the placement team, right? Placecom team. Why don't we unpack a little for people who don't understand what a Placecom does? Because for recruiting, so you'll agree with me, a lot of things has to fit in place before getting companies on board.
Yeah.
From planning to getting them actually on board, from placing students on campus. And I'm sure you both work in synergy for that.
Yeah.
So let's start with unpacking that a little. Let's talk about the placement committee, what student does, and then we talk about how you contribute, how you lead this through them.
Okay.
So the placement committee is a group of self-motivated and driven students. So it's a totally student-run body. Whenever a company is on campus, we take care of that company like it's our guest. Atiti Deva Bhava. We follow that. Other than that, we take care of the operations part. We have the pre-placement talks that we get conducted in the auditorium. For that, even the minutest detail, we pay attention to that. If we talk about data, there are more than 300 students talking about the junior batch, and more than close to 300 students in the second year batch. So if we talk about data management services, that is also something that we specialize in. We have events team, we have content team to take care of emails. So it's a kind of multiple departments that we have inside the placement committee that cater to different functions of close to a corporate. So that is there.
Yeah, that is a complete corporate experience, especially under leadership, that of Siddiq sir.
Yes.
So we have developed quite a good network over here. Like we are continuously in touch with a lot of companies. And then like when she mentioned like Atiti Devo Bhava, so the events part of it, I'm the events head, I look after the events. Basically from the start of a process, when we try to pitch into a company, maybe it in the form of outreach, maybe in the form of calling and all, starting from there till the end of process, we take care of the process entire thing.
Perfect. And so how do you spearhead this process? So from how do you pick which companies to get, or probably which sectors to target? Do you also see what's required in the market and then you backtrack your process accordingly, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Actually, at BMU, we are having certain benchmarks whenever we confirm any company. So once the PlaceCom is constituted, so there's a training given to these people also, so that they can also have a very sound understanding that what type of companies we are expected to bring the campus. Now we evaluate companies on the different parameters that whether it will be a right fit for a student or not. It could be a Glassdoor rating of the company, it could be their brand mechanism, it could be our past experience with the company, the type of the profiles what companies are offering. So these are certain benchmarks what these the group of PlaceCom they are apprised of, and then they are trained of that how to convert the companies on the call. And in fact, there's a liberty to the PlaceCom if they want to move in the field to meet the prospective recruiter and to get that company in the campus. So they go for that also.
Perfect. And if you can talk about it, what are some potential sectors that BMU is targeting for the coming batches, depending on the market requirement?
We are focusing on certain sectors, like first where we are already strong at. So we would not like to dilute our strength over there. We would like to retain those recruiters. And obviously we are targeting a certain sector which can give a promising career to the student. To start with, like BFSI had been the backbone. Okay, so there are a number of banks who recruit from BMU. So you name any of the aspiring bank, let it be HDFC Bank or the Axis Bank or the Kotak Bank, Federal, list is long. After that, we focus on the consulting companies. So in fact, I am really happy to share with you that probably we are among very few colleges where all the big four visits. Okay, whether we talk about KPMG or PwC or Deloitte and EY. Apart from big fours, we are having a core consulting companies like Agris and Marcel or the Avalon Consulting. Bain has recruited few of the students. We are strong. We further want to augment our effort in bringing in more aspiring consulting companies. Automobile we have targeted, and we have achieved a huge success. Apart from our own Hero Group company, Hero MotoCorp. So TVS Motor is on the board, Hyundai is on board, MG Motors is on the board. So these are a few of the sectors where we focus on. There are a few emerging sectors, like maybe if I talk about fintech. So fintech also we are trying to get in few companies. We are in the process of holding our strength in the FMCG and the healthcare also. Yeah.
Perfect. There's a plethora of companies that you have planned to, which is already there in the pipeline, and you're planning to get for other batches. One last question to you before I move on to them again. When I research about BMU, I get to probably hear this word a lot of Hero MotoCorp. So how does that association also kind of help the institute in getting a good placement year after year?
Yes, you're right. So being a part of the Hero Group has its own advantage. Apart from, Hero MotoCorp is one of our recruiter also. So they help us in the placement. Not only Hero MotoCorp, there are certain other group companies also who regularly recruit. If I talk about the Hero Future Energy or Hero FinCorp, so they also support us a lot. Apart from the recruitment, what support we get from the group or the parent organization is such the support from the leadership team. So they are quite approachable. Okay, so even if you want to, approach some of the aspiring recruiters, so we are open to just enter the door of our president and request if something can be explored to get that company. Then again, it helps in the revamping our curriculum also. That's an additional advantage or edge we have as compared to the other institutes who are not backed by any corporate, wherein we can directly connect with the people of the particular function where we are looking for some inputs in the curriculum.
Perfect. Yeah. I really appreciate you being so open and candid about the answer that you're giving. So again, the arrow is back at you guys. So let's talk about your experiences. So you are placed at Bain.
Yeah.
So how does that process unfold for you? I want somebody to visualize from you getting the call, getting the first call or the first probably interview. Then how the process looks like.
All right. So we at Bain Capability, we had the pre-placement talk, which was conducted online. So everybody who was an applicant attended that. So that kind of gave a lot of idea as to what all questions or what to frame your resume like was discussed in that meeting. So everybody attended that. That was general for everyone. Next round was an aptitude test. So a shortlisting came for that. So again, a good thing at BMU is they train you with respect to aptitude. So if you're lacking in an area, like for example, if I'm not that good in quant, I'll be trained specifically on quant. I'll be given more hours to build on my quantitative abilities. So that is something that helped me crack the aptitude test. Moving further, we had an interview. So interviews are also done. We have mock interviews. So during that mock interview, we are put under so much of pressure that each and every question that we answer, kind of helps us in that interview, in the main interview. So we have multiple rounds of mock interviews conducted by the training faculty. Other than that, they specifically focus on the job description that has been shared by the company. So what BMU students do is they take a printout and they go word by word to get selected in that company. So that is the kind of dedication we bring to any table. So that is something that I think helped me crack that opportunity. So yes, that is there.
Very nice.
And other than that, I did my internship also. So a lot of things that I did there resembled to the job role that was stated by the Bain. A lot of things that I do in the placement committee kind of also match to what was, there in the job description. So I was like, oh my God, I've been made for this. So that is kind of something which, helped me a lot.
Again, we'll go back to our patient listener, Chetan.
So I'm placed with Federal Bank, and the process is generally same for all the companies. There was a pre-placement talk which was held online, and everyone attempted it, then followed by an aptitude test. And the drive was for multiple colleges, and our college was the host college. So students from various colleges came here and we hosted them with the equal courtesy. Our place commerce helped them a lot. And then after aptitude test, we had a psychological test. After it, the normal process, the GD and the interview. The interview was focused on though I have a work experience, but they were more interested in me being a place commerce. So they asked me, hey, can you please tell me a situation where you had a conflict of interest with your CTDC delegate, then how did you go about it and all. And we do indeed have, and as directly said, that we have a father son kind of relationship. So yeah, we are free to argue as long as we stand correct on our point. Right. So all these experiences really helped me a lot to crack the interview.
So adding on to Chetan's point, so here at BMU, a student who's ready for placement is kind of helped for each stage of the recruitment process. So if you have an aptitude test, you'll be prepared for that. We'll have multiple rounds of GD conducted for you to be prepared for that GD. So we have seen drastic amount of, number of selections after the GD from BML Munjal University in multiple companies. So that is also one such important criteria that we follow here. And other than that, there's mock interviews again. Yes.
So I had a follow-up question to that. So just curious, how has MBA curriculum evolved at BMU over the years? And because it's known to have relevant curriculums based on the industry needs. So why don't you talk about that as well?
Look, if we talk about the corporate, it's an ever evolving word. Okay, so certain processes which used to be considered the gold standard in past are quite obsolete and has been replaced by advanced one. MBA, it's very important to keep on revamping the curriculum on a periodic basis, and especially after taking input from the industry person. So BME, we are having a very good industry connect. We are very good in the industry engagement activities where we have the liberty to take the advice of the recruiter itself, how we can revamp the curriculum. So what actually happened, if you will go by our curriculum, you will find there is a zero compromise on the basic domain knowledge, let it be marketing, finance, analytics, whatever it is. And irrespective of the specialization, the curriculum exposes the student to the skills which are required in the real world now. Like it could be data analytics, It could be something about
Power
green
BI.
energy or the
Yeah.
Power BI, other analytical tools could be there. Maybe something to do with the ESG.
Yeah.
So we have revamped the curriculum to make the students a good fit and a good match for the industry.
So, as Sir mentioned about knowledge and skill, the third element remains, which is attitude. So, again, 90% of the attitude cannot be changed, but BMU surely focuses on that 10%, which helps students get that particular opportunity. So, we have courses like Personal Journey on Excellence, where we are taught how we can do better in terms of our attitude, what we can do more. We have a to-do list prepared at the end of the day, which the behaviors that we can inculcate to get maximum out of an opportunity. So that is the bundle, knowledge, skill and attitude that BMU teaches us at the end.
So I have one last question for all of you here. So right now, a lot of students, they are on the process of selecting the B school.
Mhm.
How do they find the B school that is best for them? What would be your advice based on personal experience?
So obviously, when one looks for a university for education, it's not a spur the moment decision that one makes.
Yeah.
It takes time for you have a different set of questions that you want at the end of the day to be answered. You have a checklist, where you want maximum boxes to be ticked, right? Again, for me, it was the fact that here the curriculum is linked with the industry. Majority of the faculty here are industry professionals. They are visiting faculty. They come, they provide you with the necessary skills that are actually needed in the industry, need of the hour. So they train you on that, and that's how we learn. So that is something that kind of inspired me to kind of gravitate towards BML Munjal University.
Mhm.
Again, second thing, it has again like the hero group in it. So we have that association with the
Right.
hero group. So again, when you look around, you see people from industry, you see their aura and you want to be like them, So that kind of professionalism comes in you. Other than that, there are so many events at BML Munjal University like Leadership Summit or Women in Leadership conferences, wherein you are exposed to a vast network of industry experts. Nobody is stopping you to network, and network is your net worth these days. So that is something BMU is the best at, I would say.
Yes, while deciding the college, this was one of the major points. Like the hero group association is definitely the cherry on the top. But again, I went to the LinkedIn page of the placement cell specifically.
You check their personal brand.
Yes.
Right.
And then currently, like we guys are only responsible for maintaining that place commerce. But I went through it and I saw that. So I aspired to be a brand manager. And then when I saw a post about fireside chat on the placement cell, like people from big companies like Nike, Bacardi coming here and sharing their insights. Those people whom I aspire to be. See, the role that you want to be, you have to shadow them. You have to learn from them. Maybe on LinkedIn, maybe on Instagram, wherever you want to connect. And I saw that students at BML Munjal University get this opportunity to connect with them on a face-to-face basis. Like we have fireside chat, as I mentioned, where industry leader comes and interact with the crowd.
Got
So
it.
there's a lot to learn from them. So this was a major head turner for me, which attracted me towards BMU.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, everyone. I had a great time talking to you guys, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sure these insights will be valuable for a lot of students
Yeah.
when they're deciding the B school for their career. Guys, if you like this episode, please do let us know in the comments below. Do let us know which other B school would you like us to cover next. If there are any questions that are unanswered, feel free to drop them in the comments, and we'll make sure that our panel gets back to you. Check the link in the description that talks more about BMU and the courses that they offer. Meanwhile, this is Seth from Team Insight. I am signing off.